Hi guys, Mike back again with a general hobby update, concentrating predominantly, or probably exclusively on my Deathguard, my 30k Deathguard, and also a little bit of an overview of the Warhammer Open Day that I attended on 25th of November. So we'll start there. 25th of November and 26th of November actually was the Games Workshop Open weekend, effectively, where you could, for a ticketed price of £12.50 per day, you could pitch up to Warhammer World and go and look at all the new stuff, go and speak to the designers and the painters and the writers and anyone that's anyone at Games Workshop and Forge World. And it was a really good day. Went with Callum and Harry from Tabletop Banter, and yeah, just sort of had a day kind of mooching about, speaking to the designers, like I say, speaking to the painters and the writers. You were able to access the exhibition with included in the price of the £12.50. Although we thought we thought you were able to access the exhibition as part of the £12.50 price. We just walked in and stayed in there and enjoyed the exhibition as you do. But no one challenged us on the door, and no one seemed to be taking money for it. So we assumed that was part of the £12.50 admission price. So there we go. Picked up the new catalogue, 2018 catalogue, which has got all the new bits in it, new books, etc. And just as a little aside, well, a big aside really, the Horus Heresy Age of Darkness rulebook is coming, £40. Now this is the rulebook. This is basically the 30k rulebook, which was going to be released a few weeks ago, but they had some printing issues with the book. Tony Cottrell, who heads up Forge World, was at the open day, and we asked him about it. We caught him quite early, and we asked him about the 30k rulebook, and he explained about the problem with the quality of the book. And I know there were people out there thinking, you know, there were problem with the content, with Alan Bly passing away, that there was issues with the actual writing of the book. But that is not the case. The case of the quality of the quality issues of this book is basically the lamination of the book itself. Now it's going to be a red book like this. So, and basically the problem with it is when it goes off to the printers, it gets printed, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with the content of the book. And I'll tell you why I know that in a second. But there's nothing wrong with the content of the book. It's the cover. So what they do is they go off and the cover is red, and then they print this thing, the symbol on it and the text on it and all the gold and stuff, you know, the images. And then basically they laminate the book. And you can't tell on this because obviously it's been laminated well. So just to seal it all so this image doesn't come off, basically. And you can't peel it off yet. So there's a lamination over this book. So when we were asking about it, he said, "Oh, I've got one out the back. I'll go and grab it." And off he did. And myself and Callum were sort of stood there, thinking, "Ooh, is he going to come back, or should we walk away and then come back and have a look later on?" And literally within a minute, he'd gone out and come back and presented us with a copy of the rulebook. And it was like, wow. So he's sort of showing it, and he's got it in his hands, and he's sort of, you know, showing us the lamination problem. And you can see the lamination. You can see the laminated section of it lifting. It's lifting in this section here, and quite rightly so. If Forge would have put those books out in the state with the lamination raising, they'd have had no end of complaints, and that's the right thing to do. So what they're basically going to do, so says Tony Cottrell, is the content of the book is all basically going to be removed, and they're going to rebind them basically with new covers, new lamination, job done. He is hoping, he knows people want it, he knows people are keen. He is hoping that they are going to be released by the end of the year, by the end of this year, 2017. Not released by the end of any year. Yeah, so he's hoping for a release by the end of the year, not necessarily by Christmas, but by the end of the year, which which is really good news, because I mean, I thought that it was going to. I thought there were more issues with it than there actually are. Although recovering and rebinding the books is going to take some time, but so yeah, and I actually thought it was going to be released in February at the Horus Heresy Weekender. But he is looking to get it out before the end of the year. Whether it happens before the end of the year, don't know. But you know, that's from Head of Forge World as it stands on Saturday just gone. So that's pretty good news. The sort of next bit of that tale is, like I say, Tony's kind of got the book in his hand and he's sort of you know showing us the things, and we're like, okay, that's cool. And he went, have a look if you like. And then that was it. So we were stood there for several minutes. Yeah, basically flicking through the 30k rulebook. It was a really cool moment. I mean, he was with the specialist games section of the designers out the back, as it were, at the Warhammer World Open, at the Warhammer World Open Day, or the Games Workshop Open Day. And I mean, clearly they were very focused on Necromunda being their most recent specialist game release, but yeah, we were interested in the 30k rulebook, not so much in Necromunda on Saturday, at least anyway. And yeah, basically let us look through the book, and yeah, I mean, it was a sight to behold. I mean, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the print quality of the book. I mean, I didn't read the book word for word clearly, because I you know, that would be weird, but so yeah, that was just such a cool moment that he went out the back and grabbed one and showed us, and it was like, wow. And and Harry had made a comment that was going to be a load of these books in a skip somewhere, and he sort of chuckled at that, and then made the remark that actually they were going to extract the content, because there was nothing wrong with the content, and get them rebound. So that was a really cool moment. And then that book just sort of stayed out then for the rest of the open day, and you know, people could come and go and have a look, and he was happy to talk about it. So that was a really cool moment. Just yeah, so that was cool. No news, really, no official news anyway, on the next Primarch being released from the Forge World Studios. Very tight-lipped, although Rogel Dawn seems to be the favourite choice. And every time I see someone from Forge World, I ask about Sanguinius, and you know, they just smile at me and don't give you any information. Though he did say that he can guarantee that Sanguinius will be released one day. So, and I kind of, you know, you kind of hope for it. You kind of know that, but you know, again, from the horse's mouth, that Sanguinius will be released one day. So one day soon, who knows? So anyway, it was really good. It was a good day out. There was yeah, lots and lots of focus on Necromunda. So if you were into Necromunda and go into the open day for Necromunda, yeah, you were going to have a very good day, because the designers were there and the painters were there, and everyone was really focused on Necromunda. There was some Deathguard stuff there too, some 40k Deathguard. And again, speaking to the designers, it was yeah, it's just interesting talking to people who work at Games Workshop basically, and again the painters and stuff. And it's just you know, it's just it all just comes so naturally, it would seem, to the painters, and you ask them for advice and you ask them for, you know, tips and hints and stuff, and it's just, yeah, it's just a real world class, different world of painting than certainly I am able to produce. But you know, there we go. So yes, so what did I get? Didn't get that much actually. I had a relatively strict budget, and I wanted to be strict with myself, because I just buy stuff. I buy stuff and then it sits there for months and months and months and months, unbuilt, unpainted, and it kind of stresses me out, if I'm honest. So and I've got a bit of stuff sat here today, but I did pick up a couple of bits from Forge World, as you might expect. So the first thing I picked up is this, which is a Fellblade, which they didn't have, and I have ordered it, and it is coming through the post. If you look on the Forge World website at the moment, it says the current dispatch time is 10 days, so they clearly haven't got any. So I picked up a Fellblade, was after a super heavy, really. Was thinking about a Mastodon, and had it in my hands, picked it up, thought about getting it, thought seriously about getting it, but figured that because I'm actually playing 30k Deathguard at the moment, I am actually getting these guys out of the cabinet, and I am actually playing games with them. I wanted to get some models that I could actually use in games that would be useful, and not that I couldn't use a Mastodon, but the rationale for getting a Mastodon was really to transport Mortarion and Deathshroud, but I can transport Mortarion and Deathshroud in a Spartan, which I've got. So, you know, and you know, from an armor value perspective, you know, both the Mastodon and the Spartan are 14 all the way around. So, you know, I mean, I appreciate the Mastodon's got void shields and all that, but you know, I figured I'm very rarely going to use a Mastodon, so I decided not to get one. Decided to get a Fellblade instead, which was something new for me, something I have not painted before. I've not had a super heavy tank before. So that is on the way, and I will do an unboxing of that when it comes. Also, plans for my kind of Deathguard army. Picked up a Deathguard Contemptor Dreadnought. Now this is my second Deathguard Contemptor Dreadnought. A chap in Germany called Stefan sent me a Deathguard Dreadnought a few months ago, which I painted up. A very, very nice model. So picked up one of those. And the arm options. This is going to be a Contemptor Quartus. So I picked up a Chain Fist. Why not? But, you know, Chain Fist counts as close combat, whatever. And the Missile Pod to act as Havoc Launcher. And an Assault Claw, which actually comes with the claws and the fingers to make a fist. So anyway, so that's that. So Contemptor Quartus will be getting built at some point. And to transport the Contemptor Quartus, another little white box from Forge World. Picked up a Legion Dreadclaw, which I have already opened and had a look at. And so basically it's a drop pod. So you get your completed drop pod sprues, and then you get I was going to say a pile of resin, but you don't actually get a pile of resin at all. You get a few bits of resin. You get some of these landing legs. Get 5 of those. And you get some claw bits. Again, you get 5 of those. You get the flight stand. And basically the base with the kind of iris on it that opens up. So really nice model. I'll do a bit more of an in-depth look at this drop pod Dreadclaw in another video, but so that picked up that. So yeah, that was it. So picked up yeah, I kind of had in my mind I sort of had a budget of 300 quid in my head, and I thought I'm not going to spend more than £300. And then realised that the Mastodon had gone up in price to £310. So adjusted my budget slightly and said, okay, £310. That's my budget. So with the Fellblade and the Contemptor and the weapon options and the Dreadclaw, that equals £310. So I was quite good, actually. I was quite good because the Contemptor and the Dreadclaw get sort of built and painted at the same time and go together. And the Fellblade will be a nice sort of large project, so I'm quite looking forward to that too. Right then, this video's knocking on, but I do want to show you some painted stuff while I'm doing a video. So next thing I've painted for my 30k Deathguard army was a 7-man squad, because we are doing 7-man squads of things for Deathguard. A 7-man squad of auto cannons, heavy support squad. So this is my heavy man, this is my 7-man heavy support squad of auto cannons. Really like these auto cannons are huge. So again, just gone for my rocky base. All my guys are weathered up. Got a mix of Mark III and Mark IV. So Mark IV guys. There's a sergeant with a black stripe on his helmet. So yeah, it's my Mark IVs and some Mark IIIs. But yeah, love the weapons. They just look so nice. But yeah, kind of iconographied them up and then scratched it all away. Just part of my chipping technique. So yeah, really happy with these guys. Really pleased with the way they've come out. Like the ammo feed and just the bit that sticks onto the backpack. And the good things with these resin weapons, these autocannons are from Forge World, and you can use them with the plastic models, which is useful. So there's those. And also at the same time, I painted up the Terminator Librarian in Cataphract Eye armor. It's a sort of special edition model, limited edition model that I think you can only pick up at Forge World. I don't know if you can buy it online or not. So yeah, basically he is a librarian, traitor librarian, summoning psychic energy with his chain axe thing. So yeah, really pleased with the way he came out. He does come with a cape, a very sort of long, flowing, tattered cape, but none of my guys in my Deathguard army have got capes, apart from Mortarion. So we're a cape-free army. So I think he came out pretty nice. Quite pleased with the effect on the summoning demon psychic energy thing, whatever it is. So you can sort of see it coming out of his clawed hand. Did some sort of effects on the eyes, just to kind of, you know, green his eyes out type of thing, you know, just so he's like concentrating and summoning and chanting and shouting, and you know, I think that looks quite cool. But yeah, really pleased with him. So that's my little sort of next few things that I've painted, and that's it for this one. Yeah, so I'm pleased with all my little purchases. Enjoyed the Forge World Open Day, the Warhammer World Open Day. It was really good. Also hooked up with Mr. Leaky Cheese himself, and so that was cool. It's always nice. It's always nice to meet YouTubers out and about. And I'd met him once before, and he is a top bloke. And yes, he's into Forge World, and he's into Lego, and he's clearly a top chap. So so yeah, always good to catch up with people from the community out and about. So in real life, as it were. So yes, so that was it was a good day overall. Like I say, very Necromunda heavy, but you know, it's an excuse to go to Warhammer World, and if you're into the hobby, and you know, and you can get to Warhammer World, it's well worth it. You know, the exhibition's fantastic. They've got you know Big Games Workshop there with everything there, and all the online stuff that you can only get online generally, and a big Forge World store again with most things there apart from Fellblade, of course. And but again, you know, if they haven't got anything there and you order it there, they'll ship it to you for free. So you buy it there and then they ship it to you for free. So, you know, you can't argue with that really. And again, the good thing is I was able to come home with a drop pod, Dreadclaw drop pod, and a Contemptor, which again are still in the boxes. I've not opened them. And I've still got a Fellblade to come through the post. So that'll be a cool day too. So yeah. So this has been quite a long catch-up little video. But I am busy. I am doing stuff. I am painting. I'm really liking the way that kind of glows, and sort of I'm just sorry, I'm rambling now, but just the green on that offset against the, you know, the army, you know, the color scheme on the army, which is all very grimdark and battered, and then this green summoning is kind of happening. Yeah, I like that. But anyway, I would say that, I suppose, though, wouldn't I, seeing as I painted it. So yes, that's it for this one. Don't know what's coming next. I always say this, I don't know what's coming next. But I'm building some stuff at the moment. Actually, I'm putting legs on bases at the moment. What I'm doing is just making bases and gluing legs onto bases, because I've got lots and lots of squads that I still want to do. I still want to do a couple of veteran tactical squads. I've got a support squad of rotor cannons I want to do. I've got another heavy support squad of missile launchers I want to do. So yeah, I mean, I will have mentioned in a previous video that I picked up my second boxes of Betrayal at Calth and Burning of Prospero. So I've got another 60 troops, basically, another 30 Mark 4s and another 30 Mark 3s to kind of get through. So I've got my plans for those, and I've got weapon options for those. Probably do another support squad of Flamers, just because it's fluffy for the Deathguard. So yeah, lots to be getting on with. But I am getting through things. In fact, I shall show you the cupboard of Deathguard. So that's going to be horribly glary. But at the top, we've got two 14-man tactical squads. I'm just sorting these out at the minute. So these are my heavy support squads, missile launchers, heavy flamers. Then we've got tactical support squads, flamers, melters, and this is my destroyer squad, just for fun. Then we've got the HQs and elite stuff guys there. Got quad mortar, although that's not HQ or elite, but you know. What else have we got? Got Tech Marine and my Durok Rask Siegebreaker console. A couple of Apothecaries and Callous Typhon. Got my Grave Warden and 5 Cataphracti. Which it does pain me slightly that they are squads of 5, but there we go. I might bump those up to 7. And a little Moritat in the corner. Then underneath here, a couple of Leviathans and my Contemptor. And then right down the bottom there, vehicles so far. Proteus Land Raider, Medusa, and Legion Predator. So that's, yeah, got quite a lot on at the moment. Still, you know, sort of getting through the Deathguard, making models and painting models. So, yes, quite excited about building some more up. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for the support. Welcome to all the new subscribers. We are kind of, you know, again, I know my content is extremely sporadic, but I do get some very, very nice comments from people, you know, who happen upon my channel or happen upon my channel, you know, through other channels, which I'm really grateful for. And I know my content is very sporadic and very kind of mixed, and you know, that's not conducive for for you know, sort of people to follow closely, I suppose. But yes, I do appreciate all the support nonetheless. And that's it for this one. I shall catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys.